About a week ago, CNN ran a headline that read, "Federal criminal investigation into Hunter Biden focuses on his business dealings in China." So what's changed? Before the election, they told us that there wasn't any evidence of wrongdoing by Hunter Biden whatsoever.
I want to make clear that President Trump and his allies are lying about Joe Biden and Hunter Biden.
There is no evidence of any wrongdoing. The story has been widely debunked.
There is nothing to this. This has been debunked.
No evidence of wrongdoing by the former vice president or his son.
We need to state here explicitly there's absolutely no evidence of wrongdoing by either Joe Biden or his son Hunter Biden.
Did these media outlets just find out about this criminal investigation after the election? Not according to this CNN article. Quote, Sinclair Broadcast Group reported in October that the FBI had opened a criminal investigation into Hunter Biden, unquote. The media lied about this issue with the Bidens before the election, and of course we know why. Or at least we thought we knew why. We thought it was about the election, and it definitely was, but it's bigger than that. The reason the media don't want to talk about Hunter Biden's laptop is because it contains hard evidence of what the swamp has been doing for decades. And that's working with the communist Chinese to enrich themselves by selling out our country. Check out what this professor had to say on Chinese TV.
那么其实呢，就是说说的白了点其实呢，就过去这个30年过去40年，我们在美国的它的这个利用它诠释核心圈，是不是？我是讲，华尔街在1970年代开始对美国它的内政外交非常强所以我们有路径依赖但问题是08年之后，华尔街的地理开展，更重要的是16年之后。 华尔街搞不正常，为什么？很尴尬。特朗普以前对华尔街有过一次软性违约，所以双方有矛盾。当然，这个细节我不多说了，时间可能已经来不及了。那么，这个中美贸易战过程，他们也试图帮忙据我所知，美方的朋友跟我讲，这个试图帮忙，但是并不但现在呢？现在我们看到，拜登上台了。 传统的精英，政治精英这个建制派，他们跟华尔街的关系是非常密切的。所以大家看到吧，拜登的儿子被特朗普说你在全球有什么基金公司，发现没有？谁帮他建的基金公司啊？明白吗？这个都有买卖那么。 所以这个时候我们以恰当的方式进行一定的这样一个表达一个善意我个人理解，当然这个受限于我的专业基础是吧？我们是从国际政治经济学的角度去理解这个事儿。那么我认为有它的战术和政治的价值在。
Doesn't that put a pit in your stomach? Our political leaders, with the help of the media, are selling out our country for their own financial and political gain. But not Trump, though. What this really shows us is that Trump really does put America first. And it shows us how happy the Chinese will be if Joe is the next president. I mean, did you see the professor's face light up when he talked about Biden? Did you hear the crowd laugh? It shouldn't matter if you vote Democrat or Republican, this video should scare the crap out of you. According to this professor, Trump is the first president in decades that actually put America first. And the media and Democrats, and quite a few Republicans, I might add, have demonized him for it. Every now and then, I'll be debating a liberal and they'll ask me if I would ever vote for a Democrat. And I would. As long as they want smaller government and less power over me, I would vote for a candidate from any party. Because that's the real problem. The only reason China is buying off our political elite is because our government has so much power over us. It's the same reason billions of dollars are spent on lobbying Washington, D.C. every year. The political establishment and their media have worked hard to divide this country, and that divide will end up being our downfall. And for what? So those in the ruling class can get wealthier by selling our country to China? The sad part is that their dishonesty is so easy to see. We all know how politicians and the media lie to us, but not enough is said about how stupid they are. It reminds me of something I was told when I was coaching baseball in the Czech Republic. One of the players wanted to warn me about the club president. He pulled me aside and said, "I'm not sure how to say this in English, but the best way I can describe him is that he's dumb and cunning." And that's kind of how I see the media and our ruling class. They're constantly deceiving us for an agenda, but they're so stupid that if you have any intellectual curiosity at all, you'll see right through their BS. Often on this channel, I like to talk about interactions I have with my liberal friends. I feel like common ground needs to be found for the sake of our country. So when I mention a conversation I've had with a Democrat in one of my videos, some of you guys will say that there aren't any honest Democrats left. And while I know there are, sadly, I think there are a lot fewer than I thought. When I look into my own life, my good friends and people I respect who are left-leaning, I can see them slowly coming around. It's like what the French jurist Ensemble Botby said about his shift in politics. Quote, "He who is not a Republican at 20 compels one to doubt the generosity of his heart. But he who, after 30, persists compels one to doubt the soundness of his mind." Unquote. The division that continues to grow in this country will eventually destroy us. The political establishment and the mainstream media should be blamed for most of it. But the only reason the divide can destroy us is because we've given the government too much power over us. Our Constitution was written in such a way that it took our differences into account. It was meant to protect us from being ruled, and it was designed for people who believe in two completely different life philosophies to be able to live side by side. It shouldn't matter all that much which party's in power. Their power to inflict damage upon a free people was intended to be minimal, because we are not a free people if they have so much power. And the idea of an America where one can be free to live a life completely at odds with his neighbor dies with the accumulation of that power. At this point, I feel like we're just trying to slow down the eventual destruction of our great nation. I never want this country to have to fight another civil war, but if we ever want to go back to the principles this country was founded on, if we want to stop being ruled, I'm afraid that something big like a revolution will have to take place. It would be ugly, but it may be necessary. And that's the scary, simple truth. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, subscribe to our channel, and if you want to become a supporting member of Blue Collar Logic, click on the link in the description and give what you can.